that's for sure. Never have to close the door. Been a long time, a year before, and I'm missing you so bad.
Hi guys, welcome back to Exmo Lex. I haven't really been feeling like myself for the past few weeks. It's been a stressful time. So today I thought we would just do something kind of fun, something to lighten the mood, give me a few laughs. The other day while scrolling through social media, I noticed a few different things, posts from Mormons or posts about Mormon things that were just super cringy. So I thought I'd share them with you. We could talk about it, we can laugh about it. If you're new here, thanks for clicking the video. Please consider subscribing. We would love to have you join this little corner of the internet. So first of all, we're gonna talk about Latter-day Cafe. Yes, it is as bad as it sounds. I saw this pop up on Twitter and now I've seen it shared all over the place. If you didn't know, part of being a Mormon is that you are not allowed to drink coffee or tea. They get this from the Word of Wisdom, which is located in the Doctrine and Covenants, which is part of Mormon scripture. Something about hot drinks are not good for the belly, but this has been interpreted to mean coffee and tea, unless it's herbal tea. It's all very confusing and doesn't make sense, but the prophets and apostles have talked about it. You are not allowed to drink coffee or tea. It is against the Mormon Word of Wisdom. It is against their beliefs. They're not supposed to do it. So since they can't enjoy these sorts of very normal things like going to a bar or going to a coffee shop and getting a drink made, there are these specialty soda shops all over Utah. I've personally never tried one, even though I grew up in Utah. It didn't really become a thing until a few years ago. I think right around the time I moved out of Utah. But there's shops like Swig and Sodalicious that make specialty soda drinks. Basically, you can just add whatever sodas you want, mix them all up together with different flavors and things. It really seems like it's a lot like going to Starbucks and having a custom drink made, except for it's not coffee, it's just soda. Another super popular thing, and a thing that usually also goes hand in hand with the soda shops, is like these specialty cookie shops. So a lot of these places will do specialty soda and also cookies. But I've never seen a shop before that does what this one does. Latter-day Cafe. It's not coffee, it's better. Real coffee taste, no real coffee. We're just gonna read through some of the things on this website so that you can get an idea about us. So it's not coffee. What is it? We created the first ever natural coffee substitute that actually tastes like coffee. Okay, first of all, if you're Mormon and you can't drink coffee, how do you know what coffee tastes like? It sounds like you've been sinning. I'll pray for you. Second of all, we created the first ever natural coffee substitute. I'm gonna look it up. I highly doubt that they created this. Yeah, no, it's all over the internet. There's a whole bunch of different places that sell the same thing. I really don't think that you guys created this. We start with all-natural capamo, a hypoallergenic superfood from the rainforests of South America. Then we roast it and use our proprietary methods to extract every ounce of flavor to create a rich, nutty, chocolatey, and most importantly, coffee taste that satisfies and delights. Okay, I'm still not over the fact that they're saying they created this. Isn't that dishonest? Isn't that against your religion? And also, Mormons are really into the scripture. I think it was Paul that said, avoid the very appearance of evil. I heard that all the time as a Mormon, so like, I didn't even want to go to Starbucks because if I had a Starbucks cup, people might assume it was coffee and that would be the appearance of evil. And yet you're creating a whole like coffee shop, alternative coffee that's not really coffee. Kind of appears evil, don't you think? I'm just saying. Okay, the next part says, but like, why though? I have the same question. Our product exists. It says exist, it should say exists. I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of typos here. Our product exists to give guilt-free satisfaction to the coffee cravings of both the millions of restored church members, Mormons, whose spiritual and health standards prevent them from freely enjoying coffee, and to the millions more who love the taste of coffee but are uncomfortable with the severe damage that coffee farming does to the most delicate ecosystems on the earth. Okay. Whose spiritual and health standards prevent them from freely enjoying coffee. Health standards. And yet there's all of these soda places. Where in your health standards does it say anything about like energy drinks or drinking gallons of soda? If you guys watch my channel a lot, you might know that I have a fake Facebook account where I'm in a bunch of different Mormon groups, and I have literally seen posts in those groups from Mormons who admit to being addicted to soda, spend way too much money going to those soda places, and are looking to stop because they are so addicted to it. It's just hilarious that they're like health standards that prevent them from drinking coffee. Okay. Our product is both incredibly environmentally friendly and does not conflict with the spiritual and health standards of even the most devout members of the restored church. We open the door and allow everyone to fall in love with the all-natural and delicious taste of coffee. But it's not coffee. But does it have caffeine? That's entirely up to you. Our products are naturally 100% caffeine-free, but we can add just as much or as little caffeine as you choose, giving you a personalized cup, custom made with anywhere from as much caffeine as a Coca-Cola or even more than your favorite energy drink. There really is something for everyone here. Oh my God. Can we talk about the fact that you can literally go to this shop, get not coffee with more caffeine than actual coffee? At this point, like, why would you not just drink coffee? It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so the menu, okay. Hots, warm up that engine with these soothing drinks. Latte. Look at these prices. Oh my God, this is more expensive than like anywhere I go to get coffee. I don't know about you guys, but $5.75 for the smallest one. And I'm assuming that's without like adding anything if you wanted flavor or whatever. So they've got a latte, steamed milk, and coffee. What's not to love? They should put steamed milk and not coffee. I feel like everywhere they put coffee, they should replace with not coffee. Cappuccino, steamed milk, milk foam, and coffee. An Italian favorite. Cafe Americano, coffee perfectly balanced with just the right amount of water. A cleaner coffee taste for the real coffee lover. No cow juice getting in the way. Why would you say that? Flat white, like a late, but slightly different. They meant latte, they wrote late. And I actually did it twice. Like a late, but slightly different. Hard to explain. If you don't already know what it is, just get a late. That is honestly just too funny. Like, what could be more Mormon than misspelling coffee words on your actual website and menu? This is honestly just too much. If you were to ever consider going to this place, supporting their business, buying their not coffee, hear me out. Just buy coffee. Like, you are literally buying a hot drink made from a plant with caffeine that tastes just like coffee, but made from a different plant. And you genuinely think that that's somehow different and better. If this is the kind of stuff that God actually cares about, he is so fucking petty. I keep going back and reading through this stuff, like the restored church members whose spiritual and health standards prevent them from freely enjoying coffee. Not a cult. It's so sad. Literally just drink coffee. Also in the menu, the flat white, like, it's hilarious that they spelled latte wrong because Mormons, but then they also don't even you're literally going through trying to explain what each of these things are so that people can purchase it. You're so Mormon that you can't even explain what a flat white is. It just says it's hard to explain if you don't know what it is, just get a latte. They also mentioned several different times in here how this is like all natural. We start with all natural Capamo. We open the door and allow everyone to fall in love with the all natural and delicious taste of coffee. Our products are naturally 100% caffeine free. Do you not think that coffee is natural? It's literally a bean. All jokes aside, yes, this is very funny. And generally, I would say that it's harmless. But as I'm sitting here going through what some people are saying about the person who runs this business, I would not support it. Also, just the fact that the drinks are so incredibly expensive when you could literally go get coffee for so much cheaper. I could honestly probably laugh about this one all day, but we should move on to some more because I have more to show you. This one I think a lot of people have probably already seen. I have, but you know, it's funny enough to bring up anyway. Okay, a couple on Tinder. Becca and Spencer, 24, Brigham Young University, Idaho. Not interested in dating. We're a married couple looking to see if anyone wants to come to church with us. We figure if you're on Tinder, you might need a little extra Jesus in your life. This is a real offer. Come with us. Saying that we figure if you're on Tinder, you might need a little extra Jesus in your life. You're on Tinder now. You're on Tinder. Maybe you need extra Jesus in your life, Becca and Spencer. It seems like satire. But the coffee thing kind of did too, and that was real. So this is some sort of weird attempt at fellowshipping people and trying to get them baptized. I don't know. It's weird and awkward. Let's do another one. This is from an Instagram account called 8 Passengers. I can't think of a better way to honor the 20-year anniversary of 9/11 than to participate in the freedom of religion. Eve chose to be baptized and confirmed into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It was a beautiful day filled with light, love, and truth. Awkward. Awkward. I feel like this is really tone deaf. One of the things that sticks out to me is that Eve chose to be baptized. So Eve, I'm assuming, is the little girl in the white dress. She looks like she's the youngest. She's the smallest out of 6 children. They obviously have a ton of followers. Obviously, the entire family are members of the church. Eve chose to be baptized. With a family like this, is it really a choice? If she's the same age as almost all Mormons when they get baptized, she's 8 years old. I was also baptized into the Mormon church when I was 8 years old, and everybody also said that I chose to be baptized. On some level, I suppose that's true, but it doesn't really feel like a choice when you're 8 and it's expected. And then especially for this little girl, she has 5 siblings that have all been baptized. Her parents are waiting for her to be baptized. What if she had said no? What if she said she didn't want to? Would she have been allowed to make that choice? Would she be allowed to say, not attend church if she didn't want to go? Could she stay home? I don't see that happening. I don't see that as a viable option when your family is like this. It definitely wasn't a choice for me to go to church. I was required to go to church. I remember being like 3 or 4 years old, and one Sunday I didn't want to go to church. I was having too much fun playing with my toys, and I hid in the bathtub trying to get out of going to church. And I remember my mom looking for me and calling my name and saying, Heavenly Father wouldn't be happy. So I felt really guilted, like, oh my gosh, like God is watching me and he knows that I don't want to go to church. I must be a bad person. I was like 4. And telling you this story is just sort of me trying to explain the mindset of being a Mormon kid. I was interviewed by a bishop when I turned 8. He asked me a bunch of questions and asked me if I wanted to get baptized, and I said yes. And I was excited because I knew that everybody would be gathered. My whole family would come to celebrate me. My friends would be there. I would get a party and it would be really fun and exciting. I'd get to see all my cousins. So that part of it was like, yay, that's exciting. If I had not felt like I wanted to be baptized, I wouldn't have been able to make that choice. I really don't think that would have been okay. I wasn't even allowed not to go to church. If I had said, Mom and Dad, I don't want to go to church anymore, they would have been like, okay, too bad. I don't know if she actually chose to be baptized or if she felt like she had to be baptized. Either way, I think that 8 is way too young to make a decision like that. I also think it's really weird that they chose to go ahead and do this on the 20th anniversary of 9/11 when you could do it any day. You didn't have to choose to do it this day. You did. And then you also chose to post it as like your 9/11 social media post of the year. I don't know. It's weird. Speaking of Mormons and 9/11 posts, look at this. I don't actually know 100% that the person that made this is Mormon, but I also kind of do, because this style of art screams Mormon. This like faceless, and then the way the flowers look too. First of all, in this picture, the towers haven't fallen yet, and Jesus is there holding them. Could he not hold them up? Could he have not held his hand up and stopped the airplanes? I understand from a certain perspective where they're trying to come from here. They're, and they're trying to be, there's no ill intent here. I totally get that. This to me, though, it's just not it. Oh, I didn't even notice this. If you zoom in, there's a tear on the face, but there's no eyes, but there's a tear. If God wanted to stop this from happening, why didn't he? I can't even anymore. Let's look at some more. Okay, this one was an Instagram story. Life without Jesus, no matter how seemingly valuable, leads to emptiness. and there's a song playing called Only Jesus. You can't find true and lasting joy in anything but Jesus Christ and his gospel. Even if you seem happy without him now, it's temporal happiness and it will end. Smiley face. This is one of those things that when I bring up the fact that Mormons say this, some Mormons will be like, nobody says that. That's not a thing that we teach. Really? See, I've given interviews that get like millions of views where I say that, where I say, I was raised to believe that the only true joy came from living the gospel. And so I was scared that if I left the church, I would never be truly happy again. And the reality is that that's not true. And I find so much joy. I'm happier now than I ever have been. And you know, I'll say that type of thing in an interview. And then there will be so many comments from Mormons that are like, we don't teach that. She's just making that up. And I'm like, I didn't pull that out of my ass. I was taught that at church. Other people were too. And it's weird. It's weird for you to go around telling other people you're not truly happy. That's not true lasting happiness. As if you can judge the way other people feel, as if you have any idea what's going on in their life. Please. This was sent to me. It looks like the title of an article on calledtoshare.com. After the reaction to Elder Holland's BYU speech, I now see why the crowd called for Christ's crucifixion. And here we are comparing Elder Holland to Jesus Christ. You know, since we've got this one pulled up, here's another one also about Elder Holland. I'll just say this right now. I know the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is the only true church on the earth today, and I will defend my faith for time and all eternity. I've been seeing posts going around about a talk given by Elder Holland that's been getting people worked up. If you have concerns about his talk, why do you feel the need to get on social media and let everyone know that you are upset about it instead of taking these concerns to the Lord? Seriously, whining about it on social media sounds very immature and will produce absolutely no solution for you and those around you. It's okay to have concerns, but don't get used to your concerns dictating your life. Seek and study to have them resolved, and I promise you'll find answers. There is so much to dissect here. Okay, first of all, that this church is the only true church on the earth is another one of those things that I say I was taught as a Mormon, and so many Mormons will be up in my comments being like, we don't teach that. We don't believe that. Nobody says that. Yes, they do. Am I getting too worked up? I'm sorry. I will defend my faith for time and all eternity. That sounds really obnoxious. This, if you have concern about his talk, why do you feel the need to get on social media and let everyone know how upset you are instead of taking these concerns to the Lord? Well, dear, ditto. Why do you have to get on social media and let everyone know how annoyed you are? Why can't you take these concerns to the Lord? Seriously, whining about it on social media sounds very immature and will produce absolutely no solution for you and those around you. Ditto. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me and having a little laugh today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. I would love to have you here. Before we go, a huge thank you to my patrons for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Special thank you to Anthony Guthrie at Keegar, Craig Call, Doug Davis, Mormonland, The Guiltiest Place on Earth, Jake Nunyabiz, Jason Wilkins, Melissa Jane, Tans, and the Exmo Candle Company for supporting at the Demon tier on my Patreon. If you guys would like to support the channel, you can find links to do so in the description below, as well as links to all my other social media if you want to see more content. If you haven't checked out my most recent series yet, we are reading this book together, the whole entire thing. It is horrible. I think there's a lot to learn from it, so if you haven't seen it already, I will leave links to all the parts that are out so far in the description. Go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Never revealing no secrets you're keeping. These promises strong as a spell. I'll never tell. Yeah, I like you, that's for sure.